to discuss some of the finest stuffs, some of the things that affects us the most, as it's got to do with governance, politics, all politics policies, and and then we get to a step down segment where we get to step it down a bit. So on the hot topic this evening, we have quite an array of conversations for you, quite a number of them, and of course we cannot get started with today's show without mentioning happenings in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, where we do hear that the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has tendered academic records from Chicago University and other universities. Plus, you may also get to hear that he tenders about 17 documents to defend his case. So you would get to hear this as we proceed on the show today. And yes, you hear this. Okay. So yes, you get to hear all of this as we proceed on the show today. And then we also may tell you, yes, the president tenders 17 exhibits, I beg your pardon. And then would also let you know about what the INEC witness said. Remember that we're expecting a witness from INEC yesterday that stalled the progress of this the panel, yes, of the court sitting yesterday. So we'll let you in on what the INEC person said, the witness said, as he says that 31% of the results uploaded to IREV were non-functional. That is, they are not working. They're not working at all. We'll let you in on that, Lagos. And then we move very quickly and speedily, as this got to do with the polls. INEC to prosecute 215 electoral offenders, and this has got to do with their own personal investigation after the show. And then there's this report that talked about some very unfriendly words that have been trending, or that trended the most during the 2023 election. I don't even know if I should mention that, but we'll move straight to Enugu State, where we'll let you know that Governor Mba has threatened to shut down Enugu schools, markets, all of those observing sit at home. Right, so you sit at home again, we shut you down. INEC closes defense on Obi Labour petition tenders document. That's what it is. And then we'll move to the next conversation. INEC begins review of 2023 polls. Says Beavers recorded 98% success. So wait, Beavers recorded 98% success. Yeah, but that 31% of the results uploaded to IREF were mathematically correct. They were not mathematically correct. Then Adebanjo of Afenifere Group says Tinubu government does not exist. It is illegitimate. Why would he say that? You may get to know that. Is in the news. So let's move to another story. As it's got to do with the 2023 elections, European Union lists Keyamo Fani Kayode among top fake news peddlers. Why? That's been trending anyway. Tinubu led Nigerian government to commence collection of taxes from market traders, informal sector. So all of you that are in the informal sector, you would begin to pay taxes. That's what it means. And then Senator Ifeanyi says, I am warning you, try me, you will see. Senator Ifeanyi warns Simon Ekpa to stop ordering sit at home in Anambra State. Let's quickly take a break at Lagos. We're due for a first break. When we come back, we'll begin to dissect all the conversations one at a time. My name is Precious Enyi. Welcome to the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM.
The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and Coldberry ice cream, delights in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, First Town, 28 at Denira Ogusanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and Coldberry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42, Murita
Murtala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop-off from the Lagos Airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel. We're
Yeah. Aye.
Yes, Lagos, you are welcome back. It is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. I'm so excited. I don't know. There's something about, this month that is quite exciting. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the second half of the year has got in store. So let's quickly continue with our conversation, shall we? Very, 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 very speedily there. All right. So, yes, we did tell you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has tendered copies of his educational records from the Chicago State University before the Presidential Election Petition Court, that is PEPC, sitting in Abuja, as he opened his defense in the petition by Atiku Abubakar and the People's Democratic Party, and also tendered by his lawyer, Chief Wole Olanipeko-san, is a 2007 letter from the United States Embassy in Nigeria absolving Tinubu of any criminality or criminal liability in the U.S. and the letter of request from Nigeria police force, MPF, to the U.S. Embassy. So the academic records from the Chicago State University, 12 documents in all, were certified on June 28, 2023 by Jamar C. the Associate General Counsel, Office of the Legal Affairs, Chicago State University. Also tendered as 6 copies of documents relating to immigration and visa records of trips made to the U.S. by Tinubu between 2011 and 2021, among other documents that he tendered. So, the defense has practically begun. So let's move very quickly, speedily, to our next conversation. So, still, as has got to do with opening his defense, the president today tendered 17 sets of exhibits in evidence to defend his eligibility to contest the presidential election that was held on February 25. So Tinubu maintained that he is the bona fide winner of the presidential contest through his team of lawyers, Chief Wole Olanipeko-san, and tendered from the bar certified copies of bundles of documentary evidence before the presidential election court petition sitting in Abuja. Now, he adduced the evidence to defend the petition the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Abubakar, filed to nullify his election victory. Among the exhibits that the president tendered before the court included letters dated February 3, 2023, which the Nigerian police force here had written to the Consul General of the Embassy of the United States of America in Nigeria demanding for his criminal record. Now, as well as, of course, a reply from the U.S. Embassy sent to the Nigerian police force. Other bundled documents the president tendered on Tuesday today were the academic records of Chicago State University that I mentioned to you earlier today too. Okay, and then so more so, President Tinubu tendered forms EC8A of the Independent National Electoral Commission's INEC, which represented the polling unit result of the presidential election in Kano State, and equally the form EC8DA, which are the summary of results of the election from all the states of the federation, all of them joined together. Also admitted in evidence by the court was a certified true copy of an originating summons marked, I have to skip that, which the Attorney General of 6 PDP-controlled states, Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, and Sokoto, filed at the Supreme Court on February 28 to void the outcome of the presidential election. Now, the last proof of evidence the president tendered in support of his election victory were certified copies of 6 newspaper publications. 6 new paper publications. Whereas INEC and the All Progressives Congress, APC, through their team of lawyers led by Mr. Abubakar Mahmoud San and Prince Latif Fagbemi San, respectively, did not oppose the tendering of the documents. However, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP and the PDP vehemently challenged the admissibility of all the exhibits. Now, the petitioners said they would adduce reasons behind their objections in their final rating address. And in other news, as despite the objection, Justice Haruna Samani led 5-member panel of the court admitted all the documents in evidence and marked them as exhibits RA1 to RA17. So there you have 17 evidence. It will be recalled that INEC had, March 1 announced Tinubu as the winner of the election. Right. Okay, so let's move to our next conversation. Lagos, take note because we'll be needing you to react to all of this. All this has got to do with you. I would like to take your thoughts and reactions on what you make of this development, at the Election Petition Tribunal. But I'd like us to finish with everything that's got to, it pretty much looks like everything that we've got today has got to do with the Election Petition Tribunal. Before we move to taxes. All right. So still on the Election Petition Tribunal, an INEC director made his claim under oath that only 31% of results had been collated before INEC chairman Yakubu declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu the winner. Now, this would mean that the 2023 presidential election was not free and fair, and that the result of the election should be nullified. This is according to some quarters. So very quickly, let me play you a sound bite of the lawyer to the Labour Party as he reacts to what the witness of INEC said concerning only 31% of results uploaded in INEC's server were, mathematically correct. Let's quickly take a listen to him saying that.
Thank you. That today, well, we are very happy that today the final report of an international observer group accredited duly by INEC, that is the European Union Observation Mission, their final report was today tendered and admitted in evidence by the court. And you see that the witness who came from INEC, a director from INEC, read out the findings in that report, which clearly stated that that election fell below expectation, and that only 31% of what was reported was mathematically accurate. So we think that this is a very good one.
How significant is the tendering of this report, considering the fact that the witness was not the maker?
No. The important thing is it's a certified document. So that is what is very material. It doesn't matter whether it's tendered through the witness or not. The important thing is the document itself. And in law, we say the document speaks for itself. So we're very happy. Thank you.
There you are, Lagos. You heard that, right? So let's move quickly to other conversations. As regards to 2023 polls, INEC is set to prosecute 215 electoral offenders. So the Independent National Electoral Commission said it has received 215 case files from the Nigerian police in respect of electoral infractions during the 2023 general elections. Now, INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, disclosed this today at a meeting with states resident electoral commissioners rex to review the general election. You'd recall that INEC has said that they would do that review. So accordingly, he said the commission is working with the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) to prosecute the electoral offenders, adding that the NBA has provided 247 lawyers to help prosecute the cases free of charge. FOC. Now, Yakubu also added that the commission has received the police report in the suspended Adamawa wreck. Yunus Ari saying INEC would soon take appropriate actions on him. All right, so still this has got to do with the election. This one, my head cannot carry it. So there's something about there is a news about in the 2023 elections in Nigeria, comprising the presidential, governorship, and federal state parliamentary elections now done and dusted. Many controversies surrounding the polls continue reverberating, especially with party supporters having constant clashes online. So this war of words was permanent fixture in the 2023 election cycle, and according to the European Union Election Observation Mission, Nigeria 2023 final report, the one that they published recently, it says demeaning words like, I'm not going to mention them, talking about a group for the APC and using on very friendly words for the presidential candidates of the then presidential candidates of the APC, now the president, and then very unfriendly name to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, right? That these words were the most common slurs used by vociferous supporters of the different candidates to describe the opposition, each describing their oppositions. There were so much that they were mentioned each over 17,000 times. My goodness. All right, I would rest here. It's crazy. I can't even go on and on with this report. But you'd recall that this is actually part of the European Union report, as their report continues to trail a lot of controversy, because that controversy is still ongoing as it is right now. All right, Lagos, remember phone lines are open. Would love to take your thoughts and your reactions on this conversations. So let's move to another conversation entirely, right? This is, as it's got to do with still the European Union report on the election. Very, very quickly. As you know, the report by the European Union still raises a lot of controversies. Those who agree with it and those who are not, who seem not to agree with it, are about in loggerheads. Let's quickly take a listen to that. Or probably, let me run you down that conversation. So, as the Nigerian 2023 elections comprising the presidential, national assembly, and all of that is in the way, there's been lots of controversies surrounding this. I did tell you that he did mention slow words, and then there was a mention and rejection of, yesterday we talked about the presidency and the APC rejecting the European Union reports, whilst the Labour Party and the PDP accepting it. And then that report keeps raising a lot of controversy till now. I don't want to dig deeply into that because there's a lot that I probably may not be able to say. All right. So, would honestly love to hear from you what your honest thought about the report of the 2023 presidential election by the European Union, what you make of it, because there's been lots of controversies concerning that. And then we'll move very quickly as INEC begins review of the 2023 polls. And then, I did tell you that earlier because they said that, Beavers recorded 98% success rate, even though their witness is saying that 31% of the results uploaded earlier, initially before the president was declared, were mathematically wrong. You did hear that by the lawyer to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar himself, and we did play that to you, right? But in this point, INEC is saying that our records show that the success rate for Beavers accreditation stands at 98% compared to the smart card readers, that were initially used, that the success rate was just 29.2% during the 2019 election. So in that case, Beavers did work very well. So if Beavers worked excellently, why do we have so much agitation over the presidential election? Why has there been so much controversy surrounding the 2023 election if Beavers worked perfectly? because 98% is a great number. Is a great performance. So what went down along the line? I'd like to hear your thought on it. I'm not supposed to have a say, right? So I really would love to hear your thought. So let's move to what is happening in so still as it's got to do with the election petition, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has opened and closed its defense in the petition by Peter Obi and the Labour Party before the presidential election court today. INEC's lawyer Abubakar Mahmood San announced that at the closure of the first respondent's case after the conclusion of the testimony of its sole witness, right? Dr. Lawrence Bayode, a deputy director of the Information and Communication Technology ICT department of INEC. Now, before calling on its witness, INEC tendered some documents which were admitted and marked as exhibits. Now, I did explain to you how the documents, 17 of them that were tendered by the president, were marked as exhibit A, arrow 1, arrow A, arrow 1, arrow 2 to arrow 17, right? Okay, so led in chief by Mahmood, the witness told the court that he worked for INEC for 24 years. Under cross-examination by Patrick Igweatu, San, counsel for the petitioners, the witness told the court that the testing of the software application for the election was carried out on February 4. So we, had to do the testing to make sure everything was working. He added that there was a report on the testing that it was not with him in court. So, the report of that testing and the outcome of the testing of the softwares were not with him. All right. Yes. So the petitioner, however, tendered the e-transmission server web and compliance form through the witness and was admitted and marked as evidence. The witness told the court that the pre-production test was carried out before the election. When asked if the hard copy of the results would be different from the ones in the IREV, he said no. He, however, added that anything could happen when sending the results from EC8A to the IREV, meaning that the result may have accident on their way, that kind of thing. So anything could happen when sending the results from that is the form EC8A. Anything could happen while sending the form EC8A to the IREF portal from Beavers. You understand where? He admitted that performance, functionality, and vulnerability tests were carried out before the election. Now, the witness also agreed with Igweatu that the report of the e-transmission application identifies remediation to be undertaking to resolve the high vulnerability identified in the reports. And he also said that INEC does not know the witness said he does not know whether INEC's web address where its materials are published. He does not know the address where its materials were published. But you've worked for INEC for 24 years. And in his cross-examination, Wole Olanikweko counsel to Tinubu and Shetima asked if the foundation and authenticity of election by INEC is rooted in Form EC8A and EC8E. And the witness said yes. So that is to say that if you want to get, verified election and to prove that, this election is correct, you have to get hold of, the sign from EC8A and from EC88, thereabouts. So the witness added that blood documents downloaded from INEC to IREV would not affect the physical result from in Form EC88 because the image is not relevant. Did you hear that? Okay. That the blood uploaded results, or the ones that were downloaded by the Labour Party, you recall that the Labour Party sent in uploaded results to IREV of over about 18,000 polling units that were blood. He said that the blood, it doesn't matter because they're not even relevant at all. Well, he said that the election ended with the recording, snapping, and sending to INEC's IREV. Answering questions from APC counsel Lateef Fagbemi San, the witness said the physical results are used for computing the election final results. The physical paper, that is the form EC8A, that you get from your polling units, is what is used, right? He said the glitches that occurred on the day of the election did not affect the collation of the results. Yes, we had glitches which we can't even say the nature of glitch yet, but that glitch could not have affected, the collation of results. Okay. And then he said that the glitches, then he said that he added that if what was downloaded from the IREV are not clear, the physical results could also be obtained. So you can get the physical results. He told the court further that ECOWAS monitored the election, but he does not have their reports. The witness stated that the cloud trial log account of INEC can be obtained from Amazon Web Services. You would also recall that the Labour Party had provided someone from Amazon Web Services who did say and testify before the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal that the INEC server did not have a glitch or experience a glitch throughout the election period. Right? Okay. All right. So I just thought to refresh our minds on that. He added that this shows the patches that were deployed on e-transmission applications on the AWS to fix the glitches that were encountered on election day, which, by the way, the owners of the web, if the lady that was called to tender that evidence by the Labour Party that, that was said to be working with Amazon Web Services, that's AWS, if she's correct, that there were no glitches, but he's saying that the applications on the Amazon Web Services is to fix the glitches that were encountered on the election day. So, all right. So after the testimony, the sole witness, Mahmoud, told the court that INEC's defense in the Obi and Labour petition is closed. All right, Lagos, that's about it. Let's move very, very quickly to other reports. I did tell you that the Adebanjo of Afenifere Group says that Tinubu does not exist, that it is illegitimate. That the Tinubu government does not exist, that it is illegitimate. I won't just go further with that. Let's quickly rush to our next conversation. And then, of course, there's another conversation here about still the 2023 elections and EU list, that EU has listed Keyamo and Femi Fani-Kayode among the top fake news peddlers. That these people that they carried fake news. Where? This is according to EU report, not me. So they said the former Labour Minister Festus Keyamo and ex-Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode have earned the infamy of being among fake news purveyors during the 2023 election in Nigeria. Now, the European Union Election Observation Mission Nigeria 2023 final report listed Misters Keyamo and Fani-Kayode among fake news purveyors who misled the public before and during the 2023 general elections. Let me just bar break there because they said further. I said, in fact, let me quote one. It says there was an increased evidence in misleading information in the days leading up to during the election. In many cases, false reports were spread by well-known personalities associated with political parties. And these are some of the well-known personalities. All right. I do hope that you understand. Then talking about things that affect you and I, right? The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led government is set to start collecting value-added tax (VAT) from the informal sector, saying this will reduce multiple taxations in the informal economy. So this was announced by the Federal Inland Revenue Services (FIRS) in a statement released on Monday, while revealing that the government was partnering with the Market Traders Association of Nigeria, MATAN, to collect and remit VAT from their members, especially those in the informal sector, using a unified system technology. It's a long thing. Let's just stop it there. Bottom line, market women, bricklayer, carpenter, all the informal sectors, all those people that are now accounted for, they will start paying VAT. How do you determine what my VAT is? I mean, for a laborer, you can actually tell your VAT because that's your income. But for a market woman, of course, your capital does not make up your income. Your VAT has to come from your profit. I think I'll get an expert to come educate us on this. And how possible is it anyway to be actualized if we consider some environments like in Lagos State where almost every single day market women pays one form of levy or the other. In fact, more than one levy, they're taxed in different ways. Because the federal government is saying that they're going to do this so that, they'll stop paying multiple taxes, so that all the taxes will be one. So if we have the market women pay just one tax as VAT, does it mean that, would this or would that in the market would, end and would no longer exist? I'd love to take your thoughts and reactions on this, Lagos. This is the Evening Rush, 90.3, Voice of the People FM, 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 9039. These are the numbers to call us with. That is to say that if you are watching from YouTube and you are calling, you are in the diaspora, you can call our WhatsApp line. The WhatsApp number is 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening to you. Oh, they lost that call. So I have a lot of messages, but I'll get to them after some calls. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes, a very good evening. You're welcome, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, John from Command in Paga.
John, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
They suddenly they are turning themselves into a tax master. And I believe you are Nigerians. You are not the Egyptians of old. France spent over $50 billion per annum to subsidize electricity, mainly for the informal sector. China spent billions of dollars. As a matter of fact, China is one of the best countries in the world when it comes to the subsidies they give to their citizens that produce. They will even lower the tariff. They lower the VAT on the tariff so that those people can export after the country. Americans spend over 90% of its annual income on social security, and now they want to start. Please, Precious.
Sir?
How many VAT are we going to pay?
How many do you pay now, sir?
If you make a call now, you can testify now. Check your call. When you drop the call, you see increasing VAT increasing. We are supposed other countries in the world are encouraging small scale industry so they can grow and match up. I don't know. The other day they were announcing the special advisor on commerce, and they've started to see the issue now is that they are going to make the country unbearable for them.
So I was actually going to mention that at the end of the day, I do hope that there are some measures that will be put in place to cushion that effect, because the market women will, in other words, just add the price of everything that are going to put on. In fact, the taxes will be paid by the consumers generally.
That's what I'm saying. How many are we going to pay? They will make the country unbearable for themselves. This is the reason why. Now we have people that are not well fed. They are not up to people that are well fed. When they get to a stage that people, as I'm talking to you now, I no longer pick calls. I don't stop my number. I cannot count. Yes, now they keep begging. What is so embarrassing is that when you go on the road, you see people that are begging for money. These people are not corporate beggars. They want to make the country unbearable. And when we come to a stage,
but come to think of it, I hope you do know that in every other country, people pay taxes irrespective of the kind of job you do. You know that, right? Sir.
Paying tax is not the issue. What is the value for the services? That's what
I understand. I get your point.
That is the problem now. The tax they are paying is not the issue. Do you know that palliative is supposed to come before the subsidy is over? Yes, in some similar crimes. The tax is not the issue, but as I'm talking to you now, my tax, I'm calling from Lagos. I can't tell what I do for a living. But what I'm doing is legal. I pay tax 10,000 naira every month.
For the illegal job you do?
Legal job, I'm here.
Okay, for the legal job. Did you say legal job or illegal?
Legal, not illegal.
Okay.
I beg you.
I just wanted to be sure. Thank you.
Legit. Legit work I'm doing. 10,000 naira is in the credit every month. It was 20,000 last month. 20,000 last month.
Just for your taxes?
I'm telling you.
Wow.
They just want to kill us. What they did, you now, you the local that started this, it was the blood flow from Lagos that they took it to the federal. Let them continue now. They should continue.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. The calls are coming in droves. So many of them. Well, in case you're joining us from any part of the world, you can call the WhatsApp line 0700 903 9039. Let's get to hear from you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, Madam Precious, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much.
Nemeka from Ejibo.
Nemeka, you're welcome. Good to hear from you.
Thank you, my dear. The problem is not easy, my dear. This is a fire that falls on top of a nursing mother with the baby and the woman. Nobody will know who to save it. Nobody know who to save the child again. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Nursing mother are fighting for herself. The baby are fighting for himself too. Huh? Mm. Look at me. I see this thing. I witnessed this kind of government at Ghana, and it's not going well with Ghanaians. I am not lying, my dear. It's not going well with Ghanaians. You can't offer people what you do not have. You can't offer people what you do not have. Eh? You tell us something at the inauguration day that your family is okay, you are not after this, after that. What we're expecting from them is to create jobs for Nigeria youth, make every room for money to come in first before you start taxing the people. Don't create anything. We are taxing them. We are putting more heat upon them. Eh? What is all this?
Sorry, sir.
Where the country is going, my dear? Where the country is going? All I will say is this: if we say, can you hear me? Listen, please. Let me drop this. If we say corruption, if we say that corruption and illegality and impunity is the word of the order of the day, that we can carry it like that, let's continue with it. We wish everybody good luck.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. All right, hello. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, thank you for helping me turn down the volume of your radio set.
I haven't turned it off.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Mr. Easy calling.
Mr. Easy.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from, Mr. Easy?
From Ijeoma.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you see, I just want to say something. Nigeria, is like our trademark is sofa in short. Our birthmark is sofa. You see, Nigeria is just like a man. Let me just give you the pictorial view of Nigerians. Nigeria, we're just like a man that is carrying, they put a heavy load on his head. They look at it that, this man, you are trying, you can see carry this load. They put another load. What will happen to that man? The man will bend. They look at it that, this man is still surviving, They put more bag of cement. What will happen to the man? He will squat. They put another load. What will happen to the man? The man will kneel down. When the man finally kneel down, they put another load. What will happen? The man will lie down. Before you know, the man will die. The situation of the burden is too much. And the thing about Nigeria is survival the fittest. The more this thing is hitting everybody. Anybody that will survive will survive. I saw a guy a couple of days ago. The guy met me and said, "Bros, please find me something to eat." I look at this guy. He's somebody that is responsible. But the thing is really hitting on everybody. This tax, every corner. Before we are buying alone said is killing. This one is coming up. Now, finish international airports now. That toll gate now, 200 that we used to pay.
It's
now
300 now. I was even surprised. In fact, I'm thinking of avoiding that route.
That day, that was on a Saturday. In fact, a day before that Saturday, I passed it was 200. That day, I gave the guy 500. For him to give me 300 naira change, he gave me 200. I said, what happened? He said, no, they just increased. I said, when? He said, just now. I said, why my own turn now? He said, it's just today. Just imagine. And before you know this thing, that one is just one. Everybody.
So the thing I'm wondering, why is because the federal government owns the airport, right? So why are we increasing taxes for the airport too?
Did you know how much this guy makes on that airport? See, Madam Precious. See, the thing is, everywhere they just want to kill everybody. We are just like that man I gave you that pictorial historical pictorial view. The load they are putting on us, We are kneeling down. We are kneeling down. We are. They say buckle your seatbelt. We are buckling. We are patching ourselves. Oh, patch. See that your belt that you're tying on your waist will choke you. You'll not be able to breathe again. That people will. Anybody that will survive will survive. That's just what Nigeria is becoming. That's just it. Who will survive will survive. Anybody that cannot survive will just pass on. It's so unfortunate. That's where we find ourselves.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling. All right, Lagos, let's quickly take a breather. We're due for our first break. When we come back, we'll continue to take your thoughts and your reactions. If you haven't sent us messages, you can do so. If you're watching from YouTube, you can do so at drop your comments on the chat session on YouTube, or better still, you can do that on WhatsApp. But get ready to call us on WhatsApp 0700 903 9039. The direct line to call is 0700 903 903 903. We'll be right back, Lagos.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV, show up, speak up.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed room featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos Airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Lagos, you are welcome back. 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Yes, we're still looking at some of our top stories this evening on the hot topic. We did tell you that the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has started his defense in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, and he has tendered 17 evidences, documents to prosecute his case. Basically, that's what it is. And yes, it started today. So he tendered 17 exhibits, I beg your pardon. And it also did tell you that the 2023 polls EU report sparks fresh controversy, as that same report said the 2023 elections, that same report says that or list Keyamo Fani Kayode among top fake news peddlers. Top fake news peddlers. That's what they call them, right? And then we also did tell you that the federal government, right, is about to begin the taxation of the informal sector. So market women, artisans will now begin to be taxed. They said that this is because, to cut off all the multiple taxations in that, that area. So that's what it is. And then we told you that INEC begins review of 2023 polls and says that Beavers recorded 98% success. And we did tell you about the sole witness by INEC in the defense of their case today, as they close defense of their case against the parties. That the sole witness said that 31% of the results uploaded to IREV are not mathematically correct. All right. And then we told you a couple of things, we've told you plenty of things. Okay. All right. What did we tell you again? We did tell you that Okay, we did tell you about Governor Mba of Enugu State threatening to shut down any school, any market that will base that sit at home every Monday. It is enough. And we also did tell you that Ifeanyi Mba has said that, you know what, Simon Ekpa, I don't know you. Stop ordering sit at home in Anambra State. They crippled the place economy, you know. Remember, we did discuss this yesterday, by the way. So I'm sure you understand very well what the perspective to this conversation. Yes. And INEC is set to prosecute 2015 electoral offenders. We did tell you all of this, Lagos. So we're back to taking your calls and your reactions now. It is 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. WhatsApp is 0700 903 9039. Back to our phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello. Oh dear, we lost you. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. All right, so let me quickly take a look at some of my messages. Thank you so much, I appreciate you. Chukwemeka Wankwo, you said yes, I see you. Thank you so much. It's been fixed. Francisca says that I seem to be very happy when reading that she seems to be very happy when reading about INEC. Hope this is not working for. Hope she is not working for them. That is, I'm not working for INEC because I see a lot of conspiracy in her. Are you kidding me? All right. And Chukwemeka, I appreciate you. Chuku Marada, I appreciate you. Thoni Chikude says, good evening, beautiful precious. How are you doing? I'm doing great today. I appreciate you. It's not everything. You said it's not everything or goods that is that VAT is added to in the Western world. I'd really like you to give me, if you can call in, give me the classification of goods that are taxed in the Western world. I really would love to know that. But let's go back to our phone lines. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Precious. Good evening.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. You're welcome.
Yeah, ma'am. Emeka calling from UK.
Emeka, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. What of Mr. Anosike? Is not there today?
No, not here today. He doesn't join the show, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
He seldom does.
So I want to comment. Yeah, let me go to the point. I want to comment on the taxation.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? Tax is one of the surviving prodigy in any country. And like here in UK, they don't have much. It's their infrastructure and the taxation they used to survive here. We pay tax. Anything you do, you pay tax. But in case of our Nigeria, the government didn't provide any enabling environment for people to strive so they can be paid tax. You see, when the Kejewala says something about it, if you are creating tax to the masses, you have to create an enabling environment for them to strive so that they will be doing something to pay tax, and people will be like to pay so that the way they see the infrastructure, they'll be happy. But in our own case, the case is unbelievable. Like all this money now, if people pay, they cannot see anything in it. That is the problem.
So what do you mean by cannot see anything? Is it that the country is not run by funds, and these taxes basically help run the country instead of us borrowing? I like to understand. I like you to put it into a better perspective, if you can help me.
Let me tell you the truth. If when all these taxes are being put together and the basic amenities are being put together for the masses, everybody will be enjoying it, be happy.
Okay.
When I saw what is happening in Britain here, I saw the infrastructures, how they are working. They don't have much, but they believe on tactics and everything. That is how they survive. They don't have much here. But in case of Nigeria has everything. But look at Nigeria, but the masses are very impoverished. Someone coming from Lagos to beg you, say you don't have money to eat. It's all doing nothing. Where do we start? I go with the zone provide any enabling environment for people to strive, people to work. Look at level of unemployment in Nigeria. Then you're increasing. Can we see? So in the developed countries, they subsidize mainly foods. Like coming from other Europe countries, this Britain, they subsidize everything. They make things easier for us, like transportation. They have to reduce transport to the minimum because of the high cost of living. They have to reduce transport. But the Nigeria code is a different. I don't know where to start.
So are you saying that? Are you saying that? Because I'm sure that even market women in the state country where you are, they pay taxes. Because I know how much.
Yeah,
I know the burden of tax in the UK, right? So are you saying that it's not that you're not in support that market women should pay taxes or the informal sector should pay taxes, but that the right thing should be put in place?
Yes, thank you. They actually have to put in place and provide an enabling environment for people to strive, so that they'll be happy to pay the tax.
Okay.
People are not working. There's hunger in the land. What do they do? There's no more employment in Nigeria.
All right, I appreciate.
What do you want them to do? Do you want them to steal?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you that you're not resident in Nigeria is this worried, then I wonder what people who live in Nigeria should say. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's take another call now.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
All right, and take care too. Thank you for joining us. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Precious. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Thank you. You're welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling
from? This is Remy from Akoka.
Remy, you're welcome. How are you today?
I'm fine, Ali.
I'm great. I'm super. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, very soon, they will start backing the air we breathe. Very soon. Because this one, the CKC government is going to, we all get to see it. They want what it did in Lagos, it should do it nationwide. It's on it already. If truly this government's intention is to generate IGR, there are other ways they can really do that.
Like what? Like what other ways?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
The last administration, the same APC told us in 7 months they lost $10 billion to oil theft. Abi? I don't know if you can recall.
Yes, no.
They told us that they lost $10 billion in 7 months, which means per month we are losing $1.something billion. So if this government is truly after IGR, they can easily go into that and close those loopholes easily. So you are losing 10 billion. So have they been able to close that leakage? That is the first question.
We just keep losing funds too.
So imagine how much is actually asking for. It's losing up to $10 billion, and we lost that in 7 months, which still means we are still losing that kind of money on a monthly basis, because I'm yet to probably anywhere that they've been able to cover that leakage. So if this government, the same APC, if they are clearly interested in generating IGR without creating any discomfort for the citizens, they can easily block that leakage. $10 billion. That is just one. We don't know about others. They are yet to cut cost of governance. Precious. So must they put us through pain? Must we always go through pain? Or because all in this name of before we can make things better, we have to go through pain. We went through pain on that the last 8 years. And when they started, their supporters will always come after you. They call those names, willers, winning willers and all that. That they are taken to change Nigeria within 1 month. 8 years after, Nigeria became worse than they made it. Now it started again. They started making excuses. Hallelujah boys are out there saying the same thing they told us 8 years ago, that we should give them time. We can. They're trying to separate him from the last administration. Must we go through hell? They come and make it now and being battered. For every call we make across this nation, we are being battered. How much was made under the last administration 3 days back? Precious. Even do the calculation. Every call being made is being battered. Times that by the amount of millions of Nigerians making calls every day. Were they able to tell us how much they made through that bat? Now they want to start batting market women. And according to I'm not sure they have to be batted. Are they making up to 25 million naira over turnover? I'm not sure the council allows them to be batted.
If they're not making up to 25 million, I mean the 25 million above is for 7.5% VAT, but there's a 5% VAT for others who earn less. So
I'm not sure if I'm right. I don't know if they will be batted conditionally if they were allowed to be batted.
So that's exactly what the government is saying, that the levies that they pay are a bit illegal and there are too many. So that's why the government wants to be the one to handle those taxes or those illegal taxes down and legalize them, so that there will just be one. So it will be one. So when you go to the market, they pay over this, over that, typical of Lagos states. Other states too have their own payments they make in the market. right? So even to the woman who puts a table in front of the street has an amount she pays. So the government is saying that it's better to sum them up so that you'll be lighter for the people instead of having them pay from one quarter and or the other. But the question is, have the right measures been put in place for those other illegal collections or illegal taxes to be stopped? That's another question, because you and I know what happened during the the unified bill for transporters that was flagged by Governor Sanwo-Olu last year, and how some people still said, you see, that is different from our boys, you still give boys their money, that kind of thing. So that's what we're not clear about.
Precious, if it's quite like a joke, and some a joke. What have you heard about the TSA, whatever they did under the last administration? When they started the TSA, they sang all kinds of songs. They told us all manner of things. TSA, and now they've done this. Till now, I've been able to hear anything about the TSA, the so-called TSA, whatever they want to.
It doesn't stop the fact that the treasury single account is a thing. It is still a thing.
Is that what?
It still doesn't stop the fact that the treasury single account is still a thing, even though that we've had some accountant generals and auditors who've been meddled up in that's
even with the TSA, youth went on under the last administration. My point is just this: this government are just in to create more problems for the citizens. If really they want the betterment of the citizens, they block the leakages. There are so many leakages now. They are yet to treat that. Why are they so scared of their fellow cronies who are into that? Why can't they go and block the leakages? Why can't they go after those they paid subsidy who never brought anything to this country? Why is it so hard for them to go after their own fellow cronies? Must we be the one to go through pain?
All right,
the moment they increase the VAT now, they will transfer that to the citizens. You are now be the one paying the VAT.
It's typical. Do you want the market women to be the one to pay it? Will you not pay? How much they buy their goods? It's just very natural.
The VAT said we are going to pay 1,000 naira on renewing our card. So in the next to pay 1,000 naira for this, I think too.
Apologies. I think I'm losing you. Thank you so much, Remy. I appreciate you. Your line is now unclear. Thank you so much for calling us. We'll move to the next caller now. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening and welcome.
Hello.
For joining us. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, it's Tony. You said that I should call you.
Tony. Yes. Thank you for calling me. So you did mention about not all goods in the UK being taxed. You're calling from the UK, right? Just to be sure.
Yeah.
So can you tell us the classes of goods that are taxed and the ones that are not taxed?
Okay.
By your understanding,
like
the UK taxing system.
Yeah, I will tell you about UK and some other European countries that I have lived.
Okay.
So,
go ahead.
Although some of them are pretty the same. So, when you start to, for example, the women, their sanitary wares, you don't tax it.
So pads are not taxed.
You don't tax it.
Oh wow! To make them affordable, right?
If I am the one supplying it to you, if you are the seller, I will tax you, but you will claim it back.
So government pays me back.
So you will claim it back from the tax office.
Oh wow! Oh.
Then the food items.
Every food item, or some of them.
Yeah, there are some of them. You see, but there are some majority of them are not taxed.
Okay, so by food items, do you mean that those with longer longer shelf time, or perishable goods?
I know. I don't know but I know there are some majority of them are not taxed.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, although the supplier can tax, but the retailer will claim the tax back. Yeah.
So I mean, if the retailer gets back his tax, that means he didn't pay tax anyway. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they tax the drinks because they make a lot of money from alcohol. So they tax alcohol.
But how about beverages? Non-alcoholic.
Yeah, there are some of them. There are some of them. The reason why I say some of them because mainly baby food and baby wares are not taxed.
But adult beverages, are they taxed? Well, I mean non-alcoholic beverages, are they taxed?
I think that one, they tax that one. It depends on, but the reason, But the main alcohol is heavily taxed. In UK, it's not. But when you go to Scandinavia, the tax in their alcohol is terrible. The Scandinavian countries. I have been for a long some time in Denmark. There, to buy a can of beer there, I was asking myself whether I was making a mistake,
but
because
you
I
know
know
that those
a
things
beer.
are compulsory to deter you from drinking. It's just very typical.
Okay, sorry, I don't drink like that. But
just like the Nigerian government is
just-
about to tax, carbonated drinks further now. You understand? So
yeah,
because they are unhealthy,
they-
because they're unhealthy, it's just to discourage people from taking them.
you know, there is some system that Nigerian government are adopting, and you ask yourself, it's just like okay, I'll give you an example. My brother who visited me the first time he visited me. That was then I was living in house, and everywhere is meat. He said, "Why are we in Africa? Doing the Ash Wednesday, they will tell you do not eat meat. They were supposed to use you should not eat swallow, because many people there are people who are there from January to December, even 1 month they have not even had any meat. While in the Western world, everywhere is meat. So why I'm bringing this thing is that, are you taxing people on fizzy drinks? How many of them are drinking it? What is the quantity? But here in here in the Western world, the type of Coca-Cola you have there, we have 2 liters here.
That big. So that means you guys consume more.
Yeah, they consume more, and it's everywhere. Like when you go to McDonald's, there are some McDonald's you go, you pay, and they have the tap there, so you just keep on feeding yourself with the drink.
Yeah, which is unhealthy anyway.
So yeah, which is unhealthy. So you check the consumption, but the point I noticed all these things they are doing, like you are talking of VAT. There are difference between VAT and the normal tax. Like the person that called that said that he's calling from UK, everybody is taxed here in UK. I was just laughing at the time. Maybe they are these are the ones that just came from Nigeria, so they are just seeing everything. Most of us that have lived here knows some of the things. When you those people, those market women are more or less, they are self-employed. And before you tax anybody that is self-employed, that person has to minus his expenses and declare his income,
profits.
And then
sometimes you know that, especially for those who sell perishable goods, sometimes some days they don't even make profit. I dare say.
Thank you. So how are you going to tax them? So if that person, and the VAT is only taxed, VAT is only added when you are selling something to somebody.
I agree, because that's actually a problem for me, because I'm imagining how they would determine the tax that is due me, for instance. Because if I sell tomatoes in retail, my tax is different from the person who sells tomatoes in baskets. If I sell rice in cups, my tax will be different from one who sells in bags. But we're all in the same market. So if there's a uniform amount that we're all going to pay, it will be a bigger problem.
No, they don't do it like that. They do it percentage.
I know. So my concern is the percentage will be based on what I declare as my profit, isn't it? I've been able to take percentage of my capital. How do you know that I've made that much profit?
No, I'm trying to tell you what VAT is. VAT is not your money. Okay, VAT is not your money.
Of course we know.
So VAT belongs to the revenue, the tax office.
I understand. It's like the tax that you owe the government. Go ahead, I understand that.
I'm just, because there are people who are listening. I don't mean personally you. So the VAT is the money you collected from the buyer, the customer, the consumer, or the end user. By the time you sold something or sell something to the person, then that money does not. You have to return it to the government, or you make a claim if your business doesn't have any VAT, or if your business is VAT.
Mr. Chukwu,
I'll give you an example.
I'm glad. I know what you're saying, but we do not have time to take it because we're due for a commercial break. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for helping me, because I wanted to understand the class of goods that were taxed or that are taxed in the UK. So that we can, have.
There are some countries they don't tax you when you buy ticket to enter the bus. Like the person that said that the transport in UK is very cheap, and if I see that person, I will take him to Austria, Germany, and other. UK has the highest transport cost in Germany, Austria, and some of the countries, because their transportation cost is very high. The money that you pay from London to Manchester, you can use that money from Bayern to Hamburg and come back.
Thank you so much, Shukudi. Let's quickly jump on our next break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. This is 90.3 Voice of the People FM. And then when we come back, we'll take a few more of your reactions, because I've not even touched the WhatsApp messages. We still have so many of them, but I promise I'm going to read through them. Then we'll go to a step down conversation. So you know how we look for trouble on a step down conversation. A particular man of God came out to say that don't expect African man to be romantic. Why will an African man not be romantic? We'll talk about that after the break, Lagos. Stay with us.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOBTV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOBTV, show up, speak up.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed the 100,000 capacity touch organ? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Presenos digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed room featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos Airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream delights in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, First Town, 28 at Denira Oguzanya Street, Surulere, 13 at Marathi Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Yes, you are welcome back, Lagos 90.3 Voice of the People FM. Still the evening rush. We did tell you earlier that this present administration, or the Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration, is set to commence collection of taxes from market traders, informal sector, or informal workers. Yes, so that's it. And we did tell you that the European Union report on the outcome of the Nigerian 2023 election or presidential election is still raising a lot of controversy, as it has said that, or declared or listed Keyamo versus Keyamo and Femi Fani Kayode as top fake news peddlers. I say these two people they follow for the top people we carry fake news where for inside this election period, because they carry fake news before, during, and after the election. This is according to European Union, right? Then we'll move to the next conversation. Of course, I told you that INEC closes defense in Obi Labour Party petition tenders documents, as their sole witness says that 31% of results uploaded to the IREV are mathematically incorrect. Okay, so many other G's though. So let's go back to our phone lines. But then before phone lines, we have a lot of messages, and it's just only fair that I pay attention, or that I do take your messages as much as I can, very, 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 very quickly. All right, maybe after this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, hello. Sorry, I wanted to say something about
the. You would have let someone call back. It's okay. Very quickly, please make it very snappy.
Yeah. When the people that are complaining about the EU, they don't take what their report. They should not forget that EU invested in this election.
Oh, so they have the right to comment.
They should not forget, because they have the right to comment, and they invited them. They were there 3 months. Majority of them were there 3 months.
All right.
And now that they are complaining, they should have not taken the money from them.
I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Hugo.
Okay.
Yeah. Please, I want to be very brief.
Very quickly.
The problem with Nigeria and its setting is this: the government is telling you what you're not doing, but they are not saying what they are not doing. In England, if you are a single mother and you don't have any person that will cater for you, the government will accommodate you, give you house, take care of you and your baby from the tax they collected from every other section. So nobody's talking about that one. You cannot see destitute in the street because me and you are paying tax to support people that are maybe all these fiscal challenge people. You cannot see them anywhere. They are the kind of house they are living. An average Nigeria that is living there is really is between the rich and the poor. The last place, there was a place I checked one certain time. It was a room and parlor well furnished for these people. Single person, a room and parlor well furnished. Are you getting it? When I was in Edo State, I am struggling to pay 20,000 naira, 25, 30,000 naira annually. But here we pay more than 2 million equivalent. And if per person, and if they have any return that maybe if you overpaid, just as I said the other time, the government will call you and say, no, this is what we're supposed to tax you. But since you have overpaid, expect your return. That we are owing you so amount of this money. Go to do this and do that, and they do what? Reclaim your money. If you are working in UK in any menial job, if you are earning anything below £13,000 per annum, you are not going to be taxed. Yes.
I'm tempted to calculate the £13,000, but I'm just respecting myself. Just go ahead.
Okay. If you're working, you are working, you are earning anything. If you just come there, if you're earning £12,750 per annum, you are not going to be taxed.
So you're saying that in Nigerian naira, people who earn about 11 million naira are not taxed.
Yeah, that is if your wage fall within that range. If your wage fall within that range.
All right, go ahead.
If your wage fall within that range per annum, government is not going to tax you kobo. You are taxed zero. Then what happens is this: if you work for the first month in UK, they are not going to take 10 kobo from your tax. Then if they see the speed of your second month, they will begin to tax you to prepare your mind on things that are yet to come. If along the line you slow down, the tax will equally reduced. They are not going to press you on. They are taxing you based on what you're earning.
Basically taxed according to your earnings.
Yes, you are basically, they cannot come and give you a fixed figure that this is what they are going to tax you. I told you that there was a week I was so sick and I worked only once in that week. Government added around 22,000 Nigerian naira, which is 20 something pounds, to my daily income, to what I'm supposed to earn for that day wage. Government looked at assessed the what I'm supposed to earn for the day. Let's say I'm supposed to earn 200 pounds for the day. They looked at it and said, okay, since this guy worked only once in this week, they added 20 something pounds on top of that 200
per hour, for every hour for you.
Yeah, in order to no, they added, just let's say my daily income is 200 pounds. Now, because I supposed to work 2-3 times in a week before they will tax me, and I didn't do that. I only worked once. They don't know the reason. What they actually do is this: government has to lose money from their pocket to add to what I supposed to earn for the week, to give me around 220 something pounds, in order to encourage me to go into
I
work.
I get you. I get
You get what I'm saying now. So government, because there is what is expected that I will earn for the week, I didn't earn it. Government to lose the money in order to.
I get you, and I appreciate. I appreciate
you get what I'm saying?
input. Yes. So you're expecting that ordinarily Nigerian government should ought to have done, taking some steps to at least help the vulnerable Nigerians in that direction before going ahead.
Yes. Now, last thing I want to say is this: we went to do passport for my son today. The problem of Nigeria is that we're only talking about oil money. These countries, the way they make money. Oh, so what I want to say is this: we went there, we noticed that we that have old passports, though it's e-passport, we're supposed to renew the passport. What we had today that was definitely in the other side of the ear, because sometimes if I talk to you, sometimes I raise my voice. Everything is I don't know. Everything about Nigeria is not really going the way it's supposed to go. They say that you need to validate your IN. That's today I'm hearing validation of IN. The IN, nothing changed. But because you come to renew your passport, you need to validate your IN with 50 pounds. I had that today and I was mad.
Which of the passport? No, Nigerian passports.
Nigerian passport, the IN that you have. They say that you have
the NIN.
Yes, you pay 50 pounds to validate your IN for validation of
NIN.
Your IN.
NIN, national identification number.
Passport before you pay for the new passport.
We too pay in Nigeria now too for that. It's been announced. That's all we pay. It's legal. It's a legal fee in Nigeria. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me run, please. I have too many calls and messages to attend to. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. I totally understand how you guys feel, but then we may not be able to attend to all the calls, so let's quickly run through some messages. My name is Precious, though, and this says, Adebo Egadidiji says, did I hear you say INEC to prosecute election offenders? Yes, 215 of them. You have, if you believe these statements, you cannot make heaven. I'm first in queue in heaven line. INEC doesn't have a history or record of prosecuting election offenders. The statement is a wishful thinking. You're saying election offenders are in the House of Assembly, representative, governor's office, in the presidency, meaning those in that category will be untouchable. Leave me, Joe Adigboyega. Leave me. You're carrying me to where I don't know. Collection of VAT from market women is illegal because these women don't manufacture any good. VAT are only collected from manufactured, imported goods, etc. or Daba sent in that message. And then this says, good evening, Precious. Please, who sponsored the bill? Please, there is a dead young man at Celebo stop along mile 2 Ijesha Road. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my God. Apologies. I wish I read this earlier. So I do hope, I wish I can call Lasema now. It could be a bit tricky. So if you're I'd like to know if you're around that Sele Ijesha Road, please kindly let me know if you can still see someone who's dead there. You can help us call the emergency numbers as soon as possible, please. I hear that there is a dead young man along Sele Ijesha Road by mile 2 or mile 2 Ijesha Road. Please, by Sele bus stop precisely. That's what you're saying. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you're along that road, please let me know if that body has been evacuated. If it hasn't, I will just go ahead now to call the Lasema lines. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then I wish I can call them on air here, but we don't have that time. But I would call them myself if once I'm done with work. I do hope that somebody else can help us call those numbers. Good evening, Precious. On the duplication of VAT by the government, because we already pay tax on every single thing we consume. Precious, Nigeria is about to witness a comprehensive state capture. I guess you have heard in the last few weeks of the totally unimaginable, like Office of the First Daughter and Iyaloja General of Nigeria. Wait till the absurdity associated with the Lagos market is normalized, rationalized, and institutionalized. I call it the diffusion of the Lagos ignominy to the rest of Nigeria. Do you know what? In the words of Precious Enyi, we will all be fine. Sam Ken, John Oga, we'll be all fine. We'll all be all right. All right, then moving on to messages. Audrey from Surrey says, good evening, Precious. My happiness on what is happening is that the hardship is not individual on Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa alone. Those who supported good or bad, or all the parties they are facing it right now, do have a good evening. Who will support bad now? Everybody supported their own good. And then this says, Precious, good evening. His name is Ifeanyi Oba and not Mba. Oh, Oba, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Anna Paul from Kroka, thank you so much. I think that was a slip from me because I mentioned Mba the governor, so my head just captured Mba immediately. And then Leo Taiwo from Ojo Alaba says, this is highly condemnable. The despicable and laughable to tax market women and men. Excuse me. And then he further says that, who did this to us and how did we get here? Professor Mahmoud Yakubu is the cause. They want to tax and suffocate Nigerians with their laws. God Almighty will surely all right, thank God. Okay, all right. He said, and for Keyamo and Fanika Yode, they will surely be put in jail when the rightly own. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Leo. Thank you, Leo Taiwo. And I don't have a problem with the government trying to tax us, but when there is multiple taxation, that's where I am worried, because the Nigerian government, we all know, despite all the taxes we pay, still yet there is nothing any Nigeria has benefited from the government since 1999 until date. Well, I hope they won't tax us having a good time with our wives. They come and tax you when you're, in Zawaza room. No. Don't used to do like that. Precious, good evening. Thank you. She's fine. So you say, I have been paying taxes over 5 years. As a trader, I want to ask you to come to our market and see how things is falling apart. What did they use the money for? I started with 2,500 and now I pay 8,100 naira. You pay tax in the market already? Okay. So they're saying they want to unify the taxes. I'd like to know. So if there's a market person around me, I want to know, the number of taxes you guys pay and the nature of those taxes that you pay and the bodies you pay those taxes to. It will be nice for us to hear all this. And then, what money cannot do does not exist. How would beavers work perfectly when, okay. He said, God will save us from da-da-da. Thank you so much. Precious, it remain to the trek. Make government collect us, collect tax for trekking fee. Time is coming when Nigerians will regain the power back. Now it's the politicians' time. They should enjoy. That's what you said. John from White Sand sending that message. And then Vera from Oshodi says, why is First Lady keeping silent? I think I heard the First Lady during the campaign saying that her husband doesn't need our money, that they already have their own. All right. So that statement wasn't made during the campaign. It was made during just at the inauguration Thanksgiving Day. That's when it was made. Right. Let me quickly go back to the phone lines. Hello. Good evening to you. Yes, yo. Obim. Obiani.
You are hot cake. You are station because maybe because of you. When you were bread, people were not calling. Everybody's calling because your station is hot cake now.
Why you did it like this? Now you're whining me like this. You're whining me.
No,
this whining cannot make me get taller than I already am. Allow me. No, you and I were in the same WhatsApp group. Yes, that's what you said. With Oga Aerofy.
I lie. I'm 6'2". I was crack. I'm 6'2".
I make you the cost short people now. No worry. I don't see you. Make I see you cost us again. You're welcome. Yes,
I don't want to call you. What do you call it?
What again?
Devil's advocate. I can see what you're doing.
Am I one? Yes.
If you know you're my sister.
Am I?
Precious people are suffering.
I know.
Let me tell you, so how will this tax work? people are already paying taxes in the market everywhere, precious. What the government is supposed to do is to harmonize and get those people that are collecting these taxes, upgrade them, give them tax, if it's local government or what, make sure they pay this money back to the government. Because just you use the transport, for example, when they unify the payment, what happened? They say it's not their business. So if you digitalize this payment now, and these people will still come and collect this money when you're entering Alaba, they collect. When you're living with your loans, how would these things be monitored? These people are going to end up paying without any record to show. So for me, it's a very difficult thing. I don't know, these people that are running with pure water on the traffic, selling things, how would they be taxed too?
Well, so you think that already they don't collect money? You know that these guys pay wood this and wood that. You know that, right?
That is what I'm saying. How would the money collected
so government is saying that they want to legalize it. That's what they're saying, that they want to legalize it. They want to make it legal.
Let them legalize the transport in Lagos first. Let them enforce it. So that people will not be double taxed in Lagos. When they start this Lagos transport system, they will know that serious now.
It's part of the informal sector now. So by the time they legalize that, by the time this is enforced, perhaps it will just spread around all of them. We're trying to be hopeful.
It's not easy. The tax is too much. I don't know how I'm going to
it's not like we don't understand. Are we not all Nigerians? Are we not living here? So we know what's happening. Thank you so much. No, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you, Obi. My love to your wife, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister.
Yes, yo. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. This is Prince Akwachi from California.
Prince, you're welcome.
Basically, for us, we don't. The federal government does not have any business with VAT. Okay.
So the states,
because
your states are autonomous. Your states are very independent now.
The states are autonomous, and the people that even collect it is not even the state. The people that collect it is the city that you pay those taxes to.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, some of the food items are not taxed, like vegetables. Most especially when we go to Nigeria store, all those egusi, ogbono, they are not taxed. There is a way they classify that. However, even you as an individual, at the end of the year, every January to April 15th, that it is called tax season. What it means is that you gather all your documents together. If you're a business owner, if you run any business at all, you take all those your expenses to the tax place where they will help you, or you can even file it yourself. You put it in the system, and the government pays you back. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation. Okay, you pay those taxes, and you also see the use, and other stuff. Other than that, it's all good. I think that's what I can say for now.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for enlightening us. All right. Okay, Lagos. Just before I step on my next break, before I step down segment, let's see if we can attend to just one more call. Hello. Good evening.
Hello,
yes, you. So your line is very bad. What's your name? Hello, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I'm trying to. Just go ahead. Let's hear you. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
That is the network, then.
What's your name?
Okay, pressure. This particular man, particular president, Tinubu, I don't know. Let's not say is the fulfillment of John 10, verse 8. Then you say that too. Now, if you remember vividly, this particular President Tinubu told us that I will tax them. I will tax them. Okay?
All right, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay.
His wife,
his wife, just 1 minute, his wife told Nigeria that God Almighty has blessed their family. That they don't need Nigerian money. So why are they taxing us again? In terms of this will not stop at the.
But are you saying that governments won't have to run? It takes a lot of money to run government. I remember that Nigeria is presently broke. We've been borrowing a lot of money, and the debt management office has been warning us to look for ways to generate income internally instead of borrowing.
Your Nigeria is broke, and the woman is having over 125 convoy. Yes, your Nigeria as a country is broke, and the woman built a refinery for your Nigeria.
I appreciate you. Let me rush. Let me rush up for a quick break. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. All right, Lagos, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll go straight to our step down conversation. And on our step down this evening, a particular pastor says that African men are not, that only a few, just small of you people in Africa that are men, that you people, just small percentage of you are romantic. The rest of you, Loriro, there is no atom of romance in you people. Is that true? Is that not too much to say about African men? African men, I want you to come and rise up for yourself and tell us the truth. Is the pastor correct? Is there something about being an African man, that prohibits you from showing emotions and, being romantic to your other half? We really like to know. It is step down, so this is where we just get to step it down. And if you're a woman and you think that statement is true, please let us know and tell us stories about how unromantic maybe your better halves have been and how you probably expect them to be more romantic, but perhaps they're not showing up. After this break, Lagos, stay with us.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BOP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BOP TV. Show up, speak up.
Naija, better drink don land o. Na from Gihog Distilleries Companies Limited, Ghana. For better drink, carry this ogbonge drinks wey dem dey call
Mandigo Bitters and Oga Kwata of them all wey be Herb African Bitters, aka Oga Ato.
Hey, this one na one in town drink wey get natural herbs and other better ingredients wey go give you smooth and unique taste. No be there yet o.
Mandigo Bitters and Oga Kwata of them all wey be Herb African Bitters, aka Oga Ato.
Carry full power chamber wey go help you bring out your strength of the people wey wan go extra mile. Na Sunny Continental West Africa Limited, the market and distributor. For more inquiry, call 0803-551-9028 or 0813-957-1446. Mandigo Bitters and Herb African Bitters. This one, a new one in town drink.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos Airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream delights in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festa Town, 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere, 13 at Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
All right, so Lagos, we are back. Still the evening rush, 90.3 Voice of the People FM. So, let's get to our step down segment. Women, are you too unrealistic in your expectation from your men? And then men, are you too unrealistic in the specification you want from women? You know, so because a particular pastor said that people are a bit unrealistic about what they desire in partners. And you say you want the person to be this, you want the person to be this. Meanwhile, you haven't even looked inwards if you have some of the features that this other person also wants. And then he did cap it by saying that for women who expect their men who are Africans to be romantic, unfortunately, African men are not wired to be romantic. Just a very minute percentage of you men in Africa are romantic. So let's get to hear from you, Lagos. What do you think about this? 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. That is 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. So let's get quickly to that conversation and listen to the pastor say that. Take a listen.
It is on their list. And some of the things they are looking for, you are not giving God opportunity. He must be a graduate. He must be from Abia State. I want somebody from Osun and Ekiti. You want to become the chief priest of Ekiti State? What are you looking for? What is your problem? You want to worship God of Osun? What is your problem? Operate with a locked up mind. It has to be so complexion. Even when God brings a black beauty package God sent to you, where? Since your father is the one that started MTN, yellow, locked up mind. Anything. Some of you are so fixed. I want to marry a pastor. No, I'm not talking about me. You won't even like me in those days. It's not that you think you can like me. You can't like me. That this calling, I saw myself. He preaches, I will just sing. When I sing, we now make altar call. People will just begin to respond. Altar call. I saw myself singing. You can sing without marrying a pastor. Are you hearing? So anybody comes to you, do you sense a call to the ministry? Say, no, I'm not called to the ministry. I just want to work. You cannot be the one. My wife must be a very good cook. Why don't you go to your yao and eat your food? And the way some of you major or minor, mine is just locked up. See, some of the things that is on their list and some of the things they are looking for, you are not giving God opportunity. He must be a graduate. He must be from Abia State. I want somebody from Osun and Ekiti. Kenny Blackie. Husband is not a crack joke at all. I just like that addition, that sense of humor. I just like it. People that have sense of humor. Buy tape and make yourself laugh. What do you want? For him to wake up with the man I've been seeing for you, does it not very? What do you want? No, what? What do you want? What is the meaning of all those things you're looking for? And another thing is this. Let me hit home. Some of you say, Pastor T, it's okay, but it's not very romantic. What is the meaning of? Let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. Africans are not romantic. Yes, African men. We are not romantic. Go and marry the guy on the television. Are you hearing me? Let the man you saw on television, let him give you flower. Are you hearing me? An African man brings yam home, no flour. That is our duty, to make sure there's food in the house, there's light in the house, everything is working. You will find either 5 in 100 that is romantic. An African man does not wake up and write a poem. It's alarming. Pastor T, I like him, but it's... So if you are looking for that, call that away. Look for the real guy. He doesn't have 6 packs. Very few of us have 6 packs. We have amusement park. Are you hearing me? We don't have packs. Another thing say he doesn't dress well. How many African guys has a good sense of color combination? We wear black, we wear brown. I will keep moving. Then you will see some men that will just wear white on Tuesday. White, complete, up and down, white. Some women will not wear white shoe. You don't buy shoe that goes like this.
All right, there you go, Lagos. You heard what the pastor said, right? So do you agree with the pastor, Pastor T, by the way? Do you agree with him, with everything that he said this evening? First off, the one, that is a focus is the fact that African men are not romantic and they are not wired to be romantic. That the duty of an African man is to provide food on the table. But to write poems and give flowers, you guys are not having it. So, let me open the phone lines because I don't have. So if you have wives that desire, some sort of show of romance and show of love, or that their love language is, to show them some sort of affection, it's mission impossible. Right? So women, if you are joining me now, for those of you married to this kind of men or have them around you, what's your coping mechanism? How have you been managing to cope with the situation, understanding that these are the things that you love? Hello, good evening to you and welcome. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is AC Bernard from Uganda.
Casey, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
AC.
Oh, AC.
So what I'm trying to say
okay,
is,
go ahead.
I found out that while the man of God was talking, he mentioned that we will find them to be 5 in 100.
That we did what? There are about 5 just in 100. Yes, very minute number.
Yes, I know it's very minute number, but all the same, it means that you will still find some who are romantic. But the concept of this message is that African man has a kind of orientation and mentality that makes him be occupied more with some major things needed in life than a woman.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Your line is not so clear, so we really can't get you well. All right. So let me take some messages very, very quickly. Andy Ikengwon on YouTube says, good evening. Okay. No. Obi says, the pastor is correct. It was caused by the level of suffer in Africa. Yeah? Suffer will make people not to be romantic. Then why did the suffer? Is it only men that suffered in Africa or that are suffering? So why did the suffer not make, Nigerian women or African women to, to be not to be romantic too? Why did the suffer affect African men alone? All right. Anthony Chikudi says, no, I don't agree with him completely. That means you agree with him in some way, right? Okay. Let me go back to my phone lines. I'm coming back to more of your messages. Hello, good evening to you. No, now help me.
Good evening,
yes, you're welcome.
Yes, I've thought. Yes. Sorry, I want to ask a little question. This pastor in question, is he a Nigerian man or is from
He's very, very Nigerian. Based in Abuja.
Oh my God! You see, I just want to. I've been trying this number. I want to contribute to the past topic, but it's only it did not go through.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're done with that.
I know. I will go back there again.
Thank you very
much. I will go back there
again.
But this very topic did not quote any passage in the Bible that support his claim. So I don't have anything to say. Because anytime somebody says anything, you quote by a particular theory that we believe in Nigeria.
No. He's just saying that practically that most African men have shown to be very, not to be romantic. Generally, that's what he says. So that most African men are unromantic.
He can't generalize everything now. He can't generalize it now.
He said that you people are just 5%. 5% of you. So for those people that are romantic, that means it must have been the 5%.
Well, that is so personal imagination.
So are you saying that there are more men who are romantic than he said?
Yes. It depends. Romantic come from your happy mood. When you have a very good happy mood, your feelings is happy.
So you have a switch that they can turn on that romance mood for you guys.
Exactly.
And the switch is always hard to find.
Then he was talking of maybe you control a woman or what you like and what you don't like. It's normal. Yes, it's normal. I would not like my wife to be untidy. She must be hygienic always.
Everyone has to be hygienic.
You understand? She has to be personal hygienic. She has to be neat. You understand? So it depends on whatever for the one man's needs is another man's wedding.
All right, I appreciate
so that is how it is.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I was supposed to contribute to the other topic of tax.
Apologies. Thank you so much.
No wahala. Thank you so much. Have a nice.
You too. Bye-bye. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, it's Tony Chukwode. First, I don't know how to say this because Promise is not there to defend me or back me up.
I'm sorry for you. That is why I'm not even having a stand today. Don't worry. Tomorrow I'll invite Promise for you people. Welcome.
Okay. I don't agree with the man.
Why don't
you? Okay, good. Being romantic can be in different forms. Okay. And then some of them for there is a saying in Igbo language. Okay. So meaning that there are some of in most cases those men that you are seeing that are not romantic, if you meet some of them that have side chick, go and meet their side chick and ask them whether they are romantic. You will find that they are. But the problem sometimes is from inside. Because some of these women you see, some of them just get married, they are married, they don't care, they don't even, that thing that attracted to the man to you just because you are married, you just start living. The man will come back from the whole day activity, struggling and everything, running inside the market and everything. Even the woman in the house cannot even welcome that man. How was the business? Just a very simple question. Oh, Mpemeke Batago. Mpemeke welcome. Finish. Mpemeke goes in. Because they don't care.
How about the woman? Does she also need some level of care too? This thing should be reciprocal now, isn't it?
Thank you. That is what I want to say. Yeah, you return it. You cannot give an African woman, a Nigerian woman, a flower on her birthday and maybe a chocolate.
I like flowers. In fact, do you know the favorite gift I like? Just card, even if it's 15 naira card and you word it very well and the wordings come from your heart. That means a lot to me. Am I not an African woman?
Yeah. I don't know you. Maybe you're just saying it.
I'm not just saying it, Joe. I mean it. So there are lots of women like that too. That's what I'm trying to say.
There might be a lot of women that are like that too. And those women, go and see them. There is something I always tell people. God did a mass production of men and women. But God created, when I say create, handmade few wives and few husbands. Is only left for each person to find where the wife and husband is. If you see those that are behaving in this way, you will see that their husband is romantic and their wife too. It goes into, you don't just come back and then there are some women, even when you're too romantic to them, they tell you that you're not a man.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, some men will call and tell you. There are some, even you are talking about some of the kitchen problems. There are some of them you want to, even in the kitchen, trying to talk to them romantic and then be with them and help. It must not be only on the bed. You can sit down with your wife, watching tele, holding the woman, and that's why I say it's in different ways. If the woman can be in the kitchen doing something, you can come and hug her from the back, help her to do. Those are the things. There is no other way to be romantic. Even if it's going for a drink or eating, they're in different ways.
Thank you. That's exactly the thing. But yeah, so and again, depends on what your words, your partner's love language is. Just like my own love language is very cheap now, just 15 naira card. You see how cheap it is.
Okay.
There are some people that their love language will be much more expensive or demands much more of service.
And then maybe the man can't afford it.
All right.
And you see the problem there.
Thank you, Tony. Let's jump to another call. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yes. So they say 5% of you people are the only people that are romantic. The rest, 95%, nothing. Is it true?
Like as the last caller said, I'm not agreed at all. He's calling from Maryland.
Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you. We take two to tango. Before you agree that men are not romantic, is the women romantic too? If the woman romantic, man will be romantic. And it happens like us. When I touch it, are you romantic together? So if there's no romantic in the court, automatically when the marriage might the romantic might not be there.
Oh wow, thank you. So that means it must be noticed during courtship first of all.
Yes, it must start from the beginning before you can join. You can't just jump into marriage and become romantic.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling us. Thank you. All right, I'll take this message here. It says, to hell with pastor's romantic life. Who romance help? Government is snuffing life out of Nigerians. The pastor is talking about romance. Let his followers stop dropping fat offerings. Let's see how he can continue being romantic. Why are you guys like this? Everything is not about money now. And he said he wants us to live fake lives when men are fast becoming, are you serious, infidel, suffering and smiling. Tony Anile from Ijeoma. Tony, calm down now. It's not that deep, not at all. And then okay, all right. I miss this messages were so much. The Vanaco from Lagos says concerning the issue of sitting. Okay, all right. Apologies. We've gone past that. Wait. Okay. Unfortunately, this is not what we're talking about. Precious. If African men become romantic, can the women withstand it? Hungry day. By Odaba sending that message. Andrew from Nigeria State says the story could be true. My wife always tells me that I am not romantic despite doing a lot of the house chores for her. Oh, you do house chores? And he said, and also providing for the family. Well, romance is in perception. While for some it's touching, for others it's in the doing. Okay. And then Michael from Bagada says, good evening, Precious. That pastor, now wow, I'm not going to talk to you talk there. Say, anyway, he's kind of right because many men in Africa aren't bothered about being romantic. We are mostly worried about family needs. That's what you said. That means you think he's correct. And then very quickly, this says, beautiful Precious. Please, where is Promise and Juliet? I'll find out. He said, I am one of the most romantic African men. And then he said, and husband on earth. If you doubt me, ask my darling wife or go to court. Baby, calm down. Be coming down like this. Let's quickly rush on this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Miss Precious.
Yes, you're welcome. Help me hurry up with it. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Just go straight to the point.
Yeah, this is David. Nice talking.
David, you're welcome. Go ahead. So, is it true that just 5% or only 5% of African men are romantic?
No, not really. I doubt that. They are men, African men we are really, in fact, they are really romantic. Like what the previous one said, that a woman, you see, when they were still doing boyfriend and girlfriend, immediately they get married, the woman put to bed. Once a child comes in, the attention that is supposed to go to the husband will now be diverted to this child. Now the woman will not even look at the man again. Before you know, mama and papa this, that. So the man does not even have any attention. The whole attention of the woman goes to the child.
So you think that's the reason why it looks like men are not paying enough attention to their wives too?
No, that's one of it. And again, imagine when a man comes back from work, he finds the wife fine rapper, looking like an old woman. You see, there are some things that women need to understand. That thing that your husband saw in you, that attraction, the way your husband saw you before he got married to you, continue to be like that. But once they are inside the house, they will not be tying wrapper. And this man goes out, he sees he encountered temptation, all those small winches and whatever. They come across. So when the man goes out, he see things like that, he'll be like, I wish my wife would be like this. That's why some men, they cheat. Because the woman they have in the house is now looking like an old woman.
Thank you.
So when you package yourself like that, and here the man will know that yes, I have a baby at home, not a
so she matches up with other chicks too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So she needs to be updated. Yes.
Updated. Her Android version they go down every day. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you. You're welcome. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Very quickly, your name, where you're calling from. Let's take your reaction. Just make it 30 seconds if you can.
IK calling from Southlight.
IK, Nigerian men romantic, African men or not?
No.
So you don't agree
Nigerian
with the
men are
pastor?
not.
You don't agree with?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
agree with the
agree,
pastor that
I
you people
agree,
are not
I agree.
romantic.
Yes.
What do you think the reason
Yes,
is?
yes. The reason is the women are the cause.
Hey, what did they do?
Yes, before getting married to them, they will make you, as in they make you understand that they are coming for your money.
Eh?
You understand that they are
So
coming for your
because of
money.
that, and that's why you lack romance. Once you're married.
Now.
Oh yeah, you've entered the
You
talk.
just
Don't
have
worry.
to
Let me
make the money
pick
for them.
another call. I understand. Thank you so much. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello, Precious. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So you're welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Ola from Chicago.
Ola, Miss Ola, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear from you. So is this assertion correct?
Yes. I really agree with the pastor.
Say
the truth. Honestly speaking, here where I was, US here, most of my friends are honest telling them, why are you behaving like this? Don't let me know how to take care of your wife. People don't come out the door of the car. They cannot open door.
That is your friends that are wife telling the blacks that they don't open door for their wives. Is that what you're saying? Because the line is not so clear.
I'm telling my friend that why can't you open door for your wife?
Oh, okay. You tell them. Mr. Ola, your line is so bad. Your line is bad. We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
It's still not clear at all. Maybe you tried to call us back, but unfortunately our time is gone. I'm so sorry. Your line isn't good enough. Apologies, sir. Please. All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. All right. Okay. So let me quickly run through some more messages because I have quite a number of them. And then this says, the pastor is not romantic. If he is, he should learn from Fela that says, if you call African woman, should we say she go say she be lady? Can a lady be romantic? Michael from Aswani sent in that. And Chibog Obi says, good evening, Precious and Promise. Promise didn't join me today, but yeah, she's fine. How are you doing? Good job. Precious said the pastor is very correct. Stress is too much for men. We are always under pressure. But me, I'm trying. All right, you say, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. He said, so you love flowers, eh? I will send you flowers when you're hungry. You hear? I go chop them. No worry, enough food. After all, not grass. All right. Just one more call and we wrap up. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Very quickly, your name, where you're calling from, and go straight to the points.
Yeah, I'm Prince Happy. I'm calling from Oshodi.
Prince, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Do you believe
yes, I agree with him to an extent. I believe one of the reasons why some favored the Nigerian men are not romantic, I guess the area of hygiene. Most women are not really hygiene. I don't think, you can't really be.
So will hygiene tell how romantic or the amount of affection you should show your wife?
For me, let me not speak for other Nigerian men. For me, I get irritated and I get close to a lady who smells. It doesn't give me good.
But I hope it's okay. I hope it's also okay if a lady tells you, guy, I don't like the way you smell, so get straight to the point and clean up.
No, that I always keep myself good to attract them. I don't look dirty, and I know what to do to
I'm wondering what kind of lady will keep herself dirty anyway. I'm not sure any woman will want that.
They do. Most of them are really dirty.
Oh wow! Don't say that. Oh, yeah, honorable of the mic. See that smelly mountain? Don't let us attend to it because that is everywhere for both men and women and everyone. And it's just about oral care and oral hygiene. But I appreciate you, though. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you. All right, Lagos, that's the size of our package this evening. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I'll return your way again tomorrow, but at 7 p.m. Right? This has been the Evening Rush. My name is Precious Enyi. On Instagram, I'm at Precious Enyi Official. I'll be looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, Lagos. Do have yourself an amazing evening.
This is the station that makes you the voice.
How can you be humiliated when those men are so beginning? Meaning that you are prohibited
Nigerians who are leaving the country in droves. They are running away to escape poverty.